Did you know 90% of the dollar bills and $5 bills had residue of Coke on it in the 90s or 80s?
I think it was the 80s.
80s, yeah. Yep.
Here's your random fact of the day, folks.
Just saying.
Oh, Daddy smelled a lot of dollar bills in the 80s.
No, never.
Welcome, everybody, to our second episode of our casual, comedic, flatulent podcast, Smell That? Smell That? By the Who Farted Crew. Last episode, we talked some holiday stuff. We talked about meeting the crew, how we came up with our names, things like that. We're going to get further into it with this show. We're also going to be talking a little bit more about some holiday stuff and just some sponsor things, maybe? We don't know. We'll see. So let's just get into it real quick here. My name is Josh, Lone Wolf Josh TV, and our question of the episode here is favorite chocolate bar, which I'm going to kick it off with the Reese's Fast Break. So how about Steve?
Steve at nonsense_Steve. Favorite chocolate bar? I'm going to go with Baby Ruth. It's kind of like a chocolate covered payday. So I'm into
just
it.
A lot of peanuts, right? Just a lot of peanuts.
Well, last episode he talked about how much he liked wieners, and tonight he's talking about how much he likes the nuts.
And I feel like
so
it fits with I feel like it fits with Who Farted Crew too, because you know the Baby Ruth bar in the pool was the poop and Caddyshack. So I mean, it's all on brand. It works.
There you go. There you go. So this is Earwax Candy. You can find me at earwaxcandy.com. Is a Reese's peanut butter cup considered a candy bar?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
I mean that's my go-to candy snack. However,
It's
if not
candy.
that,
It's
I
not
would
a
have
candy
to
bar.
say
You said candy
probably
bar.
a score bar
Oh.
because I like toffee. So it's like it's like
That's
the toffee or chocolate covered toffee bar that's like flat. Looks kind of like the same
Score,
shape
yeah.
as like a Hershey bar, maybe a little skinnier.
It's English toffee. And
So like a Heath bar?
Kind of,
but it's
like
a
Heath
different
bar.
company.
I don't even know if they make Score anymore. To be honest with you, it's been a long time since I've seen one. but that was my
Like,
favorite.
I've never even heard of that.
I'm
Is
not a
that
big
even...
chocolate fan. I don't really like chocolate, so
I'm
I
with
don't
you.
really go to like candy bars because most candy bars are chocolate. There's not many that aren't, other than Payday. You know what I mean? But like most of the time, it's something covered in chocolate, and I don't like a lot of chocolate very often. So
Reese's Fast Break. You know, can't go wrong.
it affects my weight and stuff. You know, because
Scores made by Hershey.
goes straight to my.
Oh, really?
hips.
And then Heath bars made by Nestle.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. I'm with you though. I prefer fruity to chocolate.
I like peanut butter though.
Dessert-wise.
I mean, it's
Daddy-O, before you get too into your research there, how about you introduce yourself and just say your favorite chocolate bar?
Wait, they're both made by Hershey. Okay,
He's
that's
deep
weird.
in the research, folks. He's deep
I'm
in the research.
I always have to look stuff up, so I don't.
He was sending an email to somebody.
probably
Snickers, always has been.
Okay, handles. My name's Daddy-O. You want me to do it? My name's Daddy-O. I go by My Profit.
Any platform you go on and put that name, I'll be there.
Daddy-O, it's a podcast.
What about
People
the
can't
podcast?
see it.
Can't see that.
I don't care.
You can't.
MAYANPROFIT. Mind Profit. There you go.
My Profit. And with Snickers is the favorite chocolate bar.
Yeah.
That's what you stick on. Final answer.
Why are you so old?
There you go.
At
So
least I know what a
second
candy
episode.
bar is, you moron.
Second episode, Daddy-O has already said, I don't care about the people in the podcast. It's just the video. And if you have a problem with that, let him know where he can send his email.
Send an angry email to me.
An angry email. Yeah. So, okay. So now that we got our introductions out of the way, how painful that was.
Took a lot of effort.
This is where our sponsored segment could go, pitching fantastic products or services to support our show. But we have none yet. If you want this to be you, check out whofartedcrew.com and contact us via our business email, contact@whofartedcrew.com, which leads us into our first segment of the
You can
episode.
even go there to get everybody's handles too. So why do I have to say it? Just do it.
Okay.
Whofartedcrew.com.
I was going to beautifully transition into that first segment and just
Well, why
ruined
don't
it.
you?
Nope,
Just
not
ruined
today.
it.
Not today.
Not today, not tomorrow.
So
not next
speaking
week.
of sponsors, I have two questions that go along with this. We'll kick it off with the first one. I want to know, what do each of you think that the perfect sponsor for the Smell That podcast would be? Let's start with the interrupting guy, Daddy-O, this time.
Go ahead, Wax. Oh, I say what? Well, I thought about here. Let me get this pulled up here. I got all this.
Oh, he's got more notes.
He's got to pull it. He's going to do the research.
I got to pull it up, man.
He's pulling out his parchment
so
paper right
it's
now and just got to.
His feather
Who
pen.
farted crew? So you got to have something that makes you gassy. I was thinking about maybe, makes you not gassy, but that would be counterproductive, like, Gas X or Tums or something. We can't have that. You gotta
Beano.
have some- And I was first going to say Taco Bell, but I'm not a real big fan of the person they have as a spokesman right now. So
Did someone say Taco Bell?
I figured it out.
If you listen to the last episode,
That's
know,
right.
hey, Taco Bell, hey.
Taco Bell gets the most gas out of you, and other things. But I thought the best one would be Bush's Baked Beans.
Sure.
'Cause who don't like that? Does anybody here not like Bush's Baked Beans in one way, shape, or form?
I have a cabinet full of baked beans. We were just saying this the other day. I'm like, we need to cook these. Like, we never cook baked beans. I've got the Dr. Pepper flavored ones. I got like the buffalo flavored ones, like all these baked beans in
God.
cans. But like, I've never we don't cook them. We just never.
You have a plethora of baked beans in your cabinet.
I have like the Baskin Robbins of baked beans,
Yeah.
like 31 flavors or whatever.
We get
it
all
is,
the
right?
grilling beans, like those.
Yeah, those are good too. I think I might have some of those. I have maple flavored. Like I have all
I
these
like the
different
maple
flavors, but I don't think we've made any of them. I kind of want to go last on this first question though, by the way, because I have a feeling you guys are all kind of grouped together, and I'm gonna throw everything off. So
Well, this is the first part of the question.
Yeah, I know, no,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
kick off.
yeah.
I'm gonna kick
Nope,
off
you're
another
good.
question that's gonna be real entertaining.
Yeah,
so
no, I
Steve,
got
why
that.
don't you go? Why don't you go?
All right, so just a perfect sponsor for Smell That.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with. I was really torn. I think it's one or the other. It's either Febreze. I mean, obviously that would be aerosol. Makes sense. Or I would say like a Bath and Body Works with the candles.
The candles,
Something like
yeah.
that. Yeah. So, something to help mask the smell of what you're smelling. That. I think that would be the perfect
They'll throw
sponsor
you
for us.
off.
What kind of candle would you pick if we had
Freshly mown grass.
Bath
Man,
Body
that's
Works?
like what do I have as a go-to candle? I don't know.
What
That's a good
scent would
question.
you say fits with what we got going on here? Like, if you're trying to mask
see.
the smell that, what would you mask it with?
Probably something tropical.
Tropical.
Tropical, yeah.
Like a
Yeah,
pina
yeah,
colada.
Not pina colada, but like like one of the
Pineapple-y?
like the Hawaiian breeze type scent. Got to have something like pineapple-y sweet to cut the terrible smell that I'm assuming would be coming
is
from this.
there a moist edged lawn grass scent?
There is there used to be
Fresh cut lawn, I think, is one of them.
Yankee
like edge.
candles.
It's like edging on a.
They even had a
moist
bacon.
day.
no.
On a moist day. Is that like?
I don't think
I'm
so.
serious. I'm
I don't
serious.
think there is.
They did have a fresh cut lawn candle. They had men candles, and they had a bacon candle. So you, instead of cooking bacon, you could just, hey, I don't want to cook
But
bacon
then
today. I
just
gonna
makes
light
me
this
want
candle.
bacon. Then
I know. So that's too
Is it a
bad.
soy candle? Because then you could just eat it, right? Because soy is edible.
smells so good, you just eat it.
No, that's made out of.
All right, Josh, what about you?
Beeswax.
I will say one of the scents that I would totally pick that I got their products before for my beard from Beard Brand. They had a scent called Old Money, which was really good. I don't know. I mean, I can't really describe it. I mean, just go grab an old dollar bill and crumple it up and smell it. That's really what it smelled like.
Okay.
Did you know 90% of the dollar bills and $5 bills had residue of Coke on it in the 90s or 80s?
I think it was the 80s.
80s, yeah. Yep.
Here's your random
Is that-
fact of
is
the
that-
day, folks.
Just saying.
Old man
Daddy
facts.
smelled a lot of dollar bills
Ah,
in the
no,
80s.
never.
So I was gonna say, I was originally gonna say some form of beans, like what is it, the Hormel or the
Hormel
different-
chili.
Hormel chili
But-
with beans.
But
Wolf brand.
now that Steve said Bath and Body Works and stuff, it got me thinking. Have you ever heard of Poo-Pourri,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
where you spray
The little
it-
spray.
You spray it in
you
the
spray a
toilet
film
before.
in your
yeah.
toilet, and then when you drop one, you know, when you drop the kids off at the pool, it smells more like Fruit Loops or something
You gotta
than,
spray it
than
first.
anything else.
But hang on though. If you take big enough dumps where you have to courtesy flush, do you stand up and spray again?
You don't
for
have to
like
Yep,
the
just
second
get-
round, or like,
just get a little,
or just
cover
like
it.
try
No,
to
no.
stick between
No,
your
no, no, no.
legs the sprayer and
You
like.
don't have to courtesy flush. I know because I got it for Christmas one year. It works great. 2 little spritzes. You go to the bathroom. No courtesy flush. Well, you'll have to use a poop knife wax, but
Jeez.
Oh, there you
So
go.
you
There's
just-
another
it
potential
works.
sponsor right there. Poop knife.
Yes,
I'm telling you,
poop
it
knife.
works.
I feel like Poo-Pourri could definitely be possible though.
By
I feel like
Hasbro.
that could be reachable
Hasbro.
one day.
100%.
Just
I
spray a
think
film down
Bush's
over the
baked
water when you're pooping, and it smells like Fruit Loops instead. You know, just we could go with like a campfire smell maybe. Like I like the campfire smells.
I've got
like that.
I've got a wax burner recently, and it's like it's
Did you
called
go sit it
Humidor.
and catch fire?
It's called Humidor, and so it smells like tobacco and like bourbon or something like that. It's
What?
really good. And you know what?
What?
It's
You just
very
have tobacco and
reminiscent.
bourbon.
Very reminiscent of the beard stuff. What Maestros?
Oh
Speakeasy.
Speakeasy.
Yeah, very
Speakeasy
reminiscent
was
of
real good.
that. So
Mark of
that's
a
what
man.
it smells like in here right now. Actually, it smells amazing.
That's
Do you have
yeah,
real
that's good
bourbon?
stuff.
I'd rather have the real bourbon and cigars.
Well, yeah, I could do that too. But. So mine actually, I was thinking that you guys were all gonna go like things that cause gas, but Steve actually threw it off. I was gonna say Glade plugins, but like now I feel robbed almost. I don't know what I could change it to.
Oh, I stole your thunder. I'm
I
sorry.
thought for sure that you guys were all gonna go down the path of what smells the worst or causes the most smells. So yeah.
Why don't you kick off the next question, which is, what would be your dream sponsor?
Man, my dream sponsor would. Well, you guys know that I do like beer, so probably some sort of a beer sponsor would be
Sure.
the. You know what I mean?
If you had to pick one,
like a
where would
craft.
you go?
Oh,
Oh, I could tell you.
I can't just pick one beer though. That's tough.
Spotted Cow. Sponsored by
Spotted, yeah,
Spotted
Wisconsin's
Cow.
Spotted Cow, but that wouldn't be bad because then they'd have to send it to me outside of Wisconsin. So
Oh, yeah. See?
Spotted Cow or Modelo.
Oh, Modelo.
But it's
okay.
got to be the canned Modelo or cake. I don't like the foil
Oh.
bottle thing. It's
That's gross.
what?
I
Modelo?
hate the can. I love I couldn't drink it.
Yeah,
without
but the
bottle
bottles
or
have
on
that
tap.
foil on them, and it's so hard to like rip the foil off. You get it in your mouth. It cuts your lip open. Now you're drinking blood. It's like,
Yeah.
come on.
Oh my God.
What the hell kind
Whoa.
of foil they put on down there? Recycled
It's-
razor blades.
It's
or
almost
something.
like
I don't know.
it's like the childproof thing on pill bottles. It's like, oh come on, man, why are you putting a foil on those beers? So,
Oh, just twist it off and rip the foil away or pour it in glass.
How about Steve? Steve, what would be your personal dream sponsor? What would it be?
So personally, I mean, selfishly, I would love to have a sponsorship for one of the things I already spend a monthly subscription on, and that would be Oats Overnight, because I drink oats every morning like a psycho, and it's fantastic. That's what I do for my breakfast every day. So that's what I would do. Big fan. Shout out to Oats Overnight.
All right. All right. All right, Daddy-O, what are you thinking? Your
It's
personal
I like that.
dream sponsor.
I used to make my own oats overnight.
Daddy-O, when you're
But I'm
this
lazy,
old, when you were
so it's
that-
already made for me.
as old
Yeah.
as you are, you had to make everything yourself when you were
Yeah,
younger.
I know how to
Let's
make
be
everything.
honest,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
It's like-
Yeah, absolutely.
I used to make my own bread and slice it all on my own.
Oh, slice. That's the best thing since sliced bread. Oats overnight.
That's right.
Okay. So there. What'd you ask me?
Oh my God!
Yes.
I'm asking
Yes.
you what your personal dream sponsor would be for the show.
Some sort of multivitamin.
Not Taco Bell. We know that. That's been established.
Absolutely, yeah. They are, yeah. Not until they release the current spokesman will I would enjoy that. But I
Jack
would
in the Box.
say, see, I never know. I'm going to say Park MGM Hotel or any casino and hotel on the strip.
Specific reason?
Because when we went there for the parade, all the restaurants downstairs sold me the gelato and everything else. Man, that was awesome. And then on the outside, on the other corner, there had that burger place. Like it was like Shake Shack.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daddy-O and I went to the Las Vegas Golden Knights victory parade, and we actually sat like outside, just outside of Park MGM, and we got a couple of things there, and I got gelato. It was cantaloupe gelato that was stuffed in like a donut,
Oh,
and man, it was
yeah,
that was delicious.
they violated that donut with the scoop of gelato. I had peach. It tasted just like a peach. It was wonderful.
It was really good, and it was right off the street. So like, you walk right out the doors, and there's Las Vegas Boulevard, so that we could sit down and watch the parade.
Well, yeah, and
But-
on the other side, though, they had that outdoor like restaurant, and I had it was like smash burgers. I got the one burger, and I got the gravy fries that tasted like Dinty Moore was poured over the top. It was good. I think you had the.
I had the
Lobster
lobster
roll
roll. There was a
from-
little lobster roll like truck thing out there. It was really
Yeah,
good.
it's pretty cool. So that's MGM, Park MGM.
That's kind of outside the box. I like that. That was
And that way they could fly us in for like a podcast there at Park MGM.
A live broadcast kind of thing.
For me, I really had to think about this because I was like, am I gonna do something that I would like use every day, or like just that I'm a big fan of, or what? So I came up with just Monster. My dream sponsor would be Monster.
Good one.
I feel like I drink them all the time, especially the Zero Ultras, the white cans, the orange cans. And I feel like they have a lot of stuff in the gaming industry. They have a lot going on with like extreme sports and stuff. So, hey, Monster, give us a little sponsorship. Send us all these live events, all right? And then we'll do a live podcast there. We'll make everybody laugh. Be a good time. Send us a whole like truck full of Monster Zero Ultras, and
That would be
they used
good.
to
I do
do-
have a
they-
monster every day too.
it's
When we
My
did
fridge
those
is full of white ones.
events with the Microsoft Store, Monster, the gaming manager Kimmy I guess they talked to her and they would bring in cases of Monster just to do the events that we did. So
It's good. It's good. That would definitely be mine because I drink them all the time, and they're very good company. Delicious. It's not just the Zero Ultras too. Those coffee ones are pretty good too. If you get the Irish cream one,
Oh yeah.
those coffee ones, the Java Monsters. When I used to work at the dealership, they would bring their big monster truck in there, and they had a whole. But they were like, just take whatever's left in there. It doesn't matter. So I would just grab a whole bunch of these Java Monsters and things, and it was good.
Was it a monster truck like with big wheels, or was it a monster truck?
It was
with,
just
like,
it was
sliding
lifted on
doors?
like 42s or something. It was like
Okay,
some
so it
ridiculous-
wasn't just a monster truck that they deliver. Pull the. It was actual monster truck. A
beverage
monster
delivery
truck.
truck. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a Silverado that they just lifted up and put big tires on and stuff.
It was a monster truck, not a monster delivery truck.
So there you go. We got Park MGM, we got Modelo, we got Monster, we got Overnight Oats. So if anybody
I'm
wants,
good with all those, man.
if you guys want to sponsor us, like we got these segments open to fill for you that we can shout out your products here. Especially, this orange monster or this white monster, it tastes pretty good. All right, it's delicious, citrusy. I'm pitching it now. I don't want to. Okay. You gotta pay for the extra time here on this podcast, all right? We can't just be throwing out extra sponsorship time, okay? Even though I drink this religiously anyway,
Right.
So, we talked a little bit about Park MGM. We talked about some beer. So, Earwax, what do you got for us?
So I might just derail here. So I've got my pest control guy came over this week, and he was telling me that, hey, how, I see him quarterly, right? So, 4 months go by, 3 months go by, however many months are in a quarter. You'd think 4, but it's actually 3, I think. So he comes by and he's like, hey, well, I was out in Vegas, last month and a half ago, saw you two at the Sphere. He got to be there for that concert. I was like, oh, that's awesome. And he said, I went to this place called The Vault inside of the Bellagio. He said, it's super secretive. You have to make a reservation. The only way to make a reservation that I've found is to DM them on Instagram. So it's an old back office that's right off the casino floor that they have like high-end cocktails. Stuff is like averaging, $150, $200 a glass for things. He said that they've got like bottles of bourbon and stuff that are, from the 30s and 40s, and they're buying them. They have one of them. They're buying these things from like private collectors and stuff and selling them for, thousands of dollars. There's a minimum drink and food and drink order of like 150 just to get in the door. I actually looked up the reservations. I found the reservation site, and Fridays and Saturdays are booked. You can't even get in there. There's only 10 tables, 50 people a day or something like that. It's kind of insane. It's kind of cool. So I thought that was kind of interesting, but I have a question for you guys. So, you guys wear jeans, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you put your jeans on, do you button before you zip, or do you zip and then button?
Zip and button.
You zip and then button?
Yeah.
I button and then zip.
Yeah, I button and then
What the hell
zip.
does this have to do with...
Nothing. I just said I'm going to throw everything off here.
Yeah, he's just throwing a
It's just like
curveball.
random stuff here, like,
What?
Josh is
I
the
also-
lost.
I also know
So-
if
Broke
Yeah,
Josh. It took an episode and a half to break Josh. That was real easy.
You
Wow.
went through a whole story.
Yeah,
Like an
yeah.
entire story. Discussed this article and things.
Uh-huh.
And
He
then
can do two
just
things at once.
Talked about jeans.
Yeah. But do you zip and then button, or button and then zip?
I don't know.
Do you know?
I work from
pants?
home, so it's like
The guy doesn't.
very
wear
I'm
rarely
either in
wears
shorts
pants,
or
yeah.
sweatpants. So
Yeah.
So I button and then zip, but then I got to thinking, I'm like, when I take them off, it's the opposite. Like I unbutton and then unzip, as opposed to zipper first. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like if you zip,
No,
Like
you're doing it the
it's
same
always
way.
it's always button
Yeah.
first.
You're
but
not
you'd think
doing
would
it in
just
reverse
revert.
order. It's
Yeah,
always
it's-
button first.
It just seemed like it was odd to me. So then, like, if I go to put shoes on, do you guys put both socks on before you put your shoes on, or do you put one sock and then shoe and then sock and then shoe? And is that weird to do it that way?
both socks.
yeah, both you got to put the
Yeah,
socks on,
that's-
then the
yeah,
shoes on.
So I've got like slip-on shoes.
arranged.
So like I'll put one sock on and then slide my foot into the shoe,
Yeah.
and then put the other sock on and slide it into the
Now
shoe.
that's not even
Is
a
that-
factor. You got to put both socks on because you look weird when you just put one on. That's
we
kind of
need-
weird.
Yeah, but you look weird.
Trust
I'm
me,
like,
I've been around forever. I've
it's
never
like
seen
it's
anybody
like
do that.
A 1 minute deal though. It's not like I'm walking around the house looking for my other shoe. I'm sitting down, I've got socks and shoes in my hand, like sock, shoe, sock, shoe. It's more, I mean, you're already there. It seems like it would be more, convenient. Like just boop.
Putting on socks is more complicated than putting shoes on. So I'd say you put both on. That way you got that out of the way. You don't have to worry about, socks. Oh, God, I got to put another sock on. They're both on. Then you just get to the shoes.
I don't know where this is going. I don't, like, this
is taking a turn on Josh, and it's just blown his mind.
That I have no idea. Like, we're just throwing questions out there left and right. We don't. What?
It's more of a get to know everybody kind of thing, right? Like people want to know these important questions.
But you like didn't even transition to something else. You just jumped from a story that.
All right.
Was actually mildly interesting, to be honest. It was mildly interesting.
Well, I was afraid we might be promoting it too much, and I didn't want to promote it. You know what I mean? Like after, because you dropped the whole nuts enough promotions and stuff, and I'm like, oh, here it is. I'm talking about promotions. So
I'll tell you what, I would not spend $150 there. I'd go out and get $75, whatever.
Yeah,
so I asked a really good bottle.
The guy said he spent like $1,000 there, but it was like a party of like 4 to 8 people or something.
Sure.
But yeah,
do you guys have anything like that around you, like a speakeasy?
Not speakeasy. I've never been to a bar here. I go to the breweries, but I've never been to I know there's bars in Fayetteville. Obviously it's a college town, so. There's a pinball arcade. I've not been there yet either. I just don't. I don't go out in the evenings.
You don't want to be a pinball wizard?
Bring it home and drink it.
Yeah, if I ever go out, it's to the barcade.
Yeah,
but
right.
We do have a speakeasy here in our town square like that, where it's in another bar, but when you're in the bar, you go down a hallway, past the bathrooms, and all of a sudden there's this purple door, and there's no sign on it. There's nothing. You just go in the door. And then up the stairwell, and there's a whole other bar and section that people just don't know about, and they don't advertise.
That's kind of like, was it Roxy's in Boston? The grilled cheese place?
I think, yeah.
It's like it's a freezer door, and you open the freezer door, and then it opens up to this huge arcade with a huge bar, and it's pretty cool.
That's where you gotta
and they have their own separate menu and drinks you can only get there inside the speakeasy part of it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that was a good. The Boston Roxy's was pretty good.
Yeah,
Wax and Zero got their snail trails there.
Yeah.
It was a little close. When we went, everybody was pretty on top of each other. And
assholes and elbows or something like that.
Yeah. Well, we were sitting at a table, but the table was a 4-player Pac-Man table, so 2 people on the outside had to sit on stools, and a
lot of people there.
And people would walk by and rub against
everybody
you.
would brush by
yes.
on their backs, and just to see their faces
I was probably 70 pounds bigger than I am now at the time too, so I took up more space in the aisle.
I don't even think even if you didn't have the weight. I think you would have still gotten people.
I think if you were a crackhead Carl, you'd still get
people
up against you.
Rub up against you.
98-pound weakling.
Okay, for the people that don't understand that reference, we have a separate show that we run on the Sweets Live called GM War.
I thought you said we weren't talking about that.
Okay, you can't just drop crackhead Carl and then people what is this guy saying?
That was going to be my topic this week, and he said
Crackhead Carl is a character on that show, so that's where that reference comes from. So
I see how
he's very skinny.
That's
to call back.
98 pounds.
So that's why.
Anyway, how about Daddy-O takes over with more holiday discussions here?
Now that I've scared Josh with my zipper thing, Daddy would like to talk about
anything.
Halloween.
I do have an update though.
All right.
Elf is not going to be shown on AMC until the 26th of November. And then there was another. Today I saw Halloween 2 is on Sci-Fi or something. Come on, no more Halloween stuff, okay? Anyways, all right. So that gets what a turkey that was. And okay, turkey. Speaking of turkey.
Well, wait, real quick. You said no more Halloween movies after Halloween,
After the
but
30th, yeah.
there is one exception to the rule that
There
also
can be horror movies.
Hang on, calm down. There is one exception to the rule that also identifies as a holiday movie as well, as a Christmas movie, and that's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
I was going to say that.
So you can totally watch that for Halloween.
That's Steve's segment. Stop.
So are you saying that like you can't watch horror movies that take place during Halloween after Halloween?
You can watch.
Yeah, that's the part that confused me because to me, Halloween movies are just anything horror.
No, I mean the actual Halloween movies.
Are you talking about
like
the
series, like the Halloween
all of them,
series?
All of
Okay,
them,
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, that's October.
So what you're saying is sort of like how after Christmas, Mariah Carey goes back into her cave.
Yes.
Jamie Lee Curtis does the same on November 1st. They just trade places.
Yeah. Before
maybe Jamie Lee Curtis and Mariah Carey are the same person.
That's fine. Just
you heard it here first.
Okay, stay in your lane. That's all I got to say.
So Halloween Town is okay. Is that what you're saying?
Anything with Halloween in the title, no.
Trick or treat.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you can't watch Nightmare Before Christmas in October.
Why can't you?
Because it's a Christmas movie. It's not a.
It's
not
both.
No, it's the Nightmare Before Christmas, which would technically be Halloween.
It has Christmas in the title.
You just can't watch it on December 26th.
It's both
because that's after Christmas.
This has also been a very controversial topic amongst people, but you can watch it on both. I'm giving you permission to watch it both.
No.
Halloween all the way through Christmas. Watch it as much as you want.
Halloween.
But let's get back to a holiday that nobody ever talks about: Thanksgiving.
I thought there was like a holiday for soccer that I wasn't aware of.
Oh no,
soccer, football. All right, where's my notes? You guys get me. Let's see.
All right, well, we were talking about movies. I was trying to think of Thanksgiving time movies, and the only one I could think of is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Do you know of another like Thanksgiving centered movie?
When you ask me right out, then probably in about 20 minutes I'll give you.
Ask me questions.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Put me on the spot.
It's not a movie, but there's a show.
Okay.
And it's the one where Mr. Bean's trying to make the turkey and it ends up on his head.
Sure.
Yeah, that was Thanksgiving, wasn't it?
Mr. Bean is totally thrilled.
There's also that there's that animated movie too. Freebirds. About the turkeys.
Yeah. That's that. They actually just made a second one of those.
Or Charlie
Did
Brown.
they?
Yeah, I think it's going to be on Netflix if it's not already. Yeah. Check your local listings.
About the original Thanksgiving, going back in time.
Speaking of the
Time
original
traveling
Thanksgiving,
turkeys.
The original
1621. We're going to talk about the food here, and what they had. We were talking about a little bit last time.
Yep.
About I was looking to see what they would have, and then freshly killed deer, sorted wild fowl, which included carrier pigeons, swan, goose, and duck. And they said there could have been turkeys there, but they couldn't see it. But then they had fish like cod and bass. And then they had a corn called flint corn. It's like the multicolored corn.
Oh yeah.
That the
Indian
Native
corn.
Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We always called it Indian corn.
Our favorite, Indian corn. There's like I don't know how many different names for it, but then they had what was it? Fish, eel, shellfish like lobsters and mussel, and our favorite beans. They had beans, peas, beans, squash. So it doesn't sound like it was horrible, and they used back in 1600s. They had plenty of different spices and stuff. So that doesn't seem like it would be too bad. So
Venison is
what was
good.
my question?
Venison's pretty good. I'll say that. Have a deer on the menu. That's some good stuff.
I have to have it. It's got to be cooked right. You got to be able to get that stuff out of the way. But anyways, the questions are: what consists of your perfect Thanksgiving dinner, including dessert? Who's going first? Josh.
Whatever you want. You pick one. Okay. I just want to make sure that there's some dang buttered noodles.
Oh.
That's my big thing is buttered noodles. So we have Frankenmuth around here that we sometimes go to for Thanksgiving, and one of their big things, they're like a little Bavarian town that serves chicken dinners and stuff, and they do something for Thanksgiving, and they have the best buttered noodles, and they have like little crackers sprinkled on top of it, and I always got to get an extra bowl of that because those that's my go-to for that. And then for dessert, I know the traditional thing is to say pumpkin pie, but I'm an apple pie fiend. Give me the apple pie. I don't care what kind of apple, just traditional apple pie, Dutch apple pie. It doesn't matter. I'll take all of it. Anything apple, I'm all for.
Dutch oven apple pie.
What about? I mean,
yeah,
you're
the
not
crumbly
just
bits on the top.
I mean everything. What do you? Everything. Noodles. You're not
Hard
just
on your
noodles.
apple
What else
pie.
you gonna have? Anything other than noodles?
No, just noodles for me.
No turkey.
Just give me a big
no
bowl of
mashed
noodles.
potatoes. No green bean.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of that here and there, but just give me the noodles.
How about?
That's my big thing.
Oh, okay, that'll be the second question I asked. So, what about
Steve?
Steve?
Steve, what do you got?
So obviously I enjoy turkey, but I'm gonna go with any kind of smoked variety of meat is good. We've done brisket in the past. What did we do? We did like a prime rib one year, smoked. That was really good. Also, if you're gonna do turkey, deep fried turkey is pretty good too. So just anything outside of the traditional. Just throw it in the oven and roast it for 3 hours. If I could avoid that, just mix it up. And then let's see, side I would go with sweet potato casserole. So like, it's just mashed sweet potatoes with like a crumble on top, brown sugar.
No marshmallows.
You could do marshmallows. You could be part of it as well. But I'm good with or without it, either way.
Yeah.
And then dessert, I am just going to be the boring one who says pumpkin pie because it's literally the only time of year that I eat it. So I save it for that one specific day and then don't touch it the rest of the year.
I mean,
Wax,
pumpkin
how
pie is
about
good,
you?
right?
It's good.
It's
How about
good.
sweet
It's delicious.
potato
It's-
pie?
I don't like pumpkin pie.
You don't like pumpkin pie,
Nope.
really? I mean,
That's
I
I
like
mean,
it. It's just not
it's-
my number one choice.
I like it, but my wife hates it. So that's kind of why I just stick to the one day because I know I'm going to be the only one eating it. So I'm
You
fine
getting a
with
little
just the one
scoop
time.
of Cool Whip?
Yeah, the Cool
Put on
Whip.
it? The Cool Whip. The whip. You putting it on top there?
The whip.
Your ex, what's
So, taco casserole. No,
like what?
you know, I guess I like a taco casserole on Thanksgiving. Yeah, turkey, I guess. I mean, yeah, like Steve was saying, smoked meats. We've done, I've smoked turkeys and stuff like that in the past.
Does it get
My
you
mom
high?
actually
sorry.
makes a twice baked potato, but it's like not put back in the skin. It's just like in a bowl. So it's like all the stuff from twice baked potato, but like in a bowl. So it's almost like it's like a loaded mashed potato, essentially, is what it kind of boils down to. That's pretty good. I also do we like a lot of potatoes at my house. You guys know what party potatoes are? It's like
No.
potatoes O'Brien, which is like the diced potatoes with the onions and peppers, and you mix it with like a cream of chicken or mushroom soup, and then sour cream, and sprinkle some cheese, and you put cheese on top of it, cover it with cornflakes, butter, bake it. I just made it I actually had it for dinner last night, but that's a kind of a big staple at our house.
Is that like a school get together type dish?
Well, they call them funeral potatoes too.
Oh.
Like it's
Okay,
like
yeah.
you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Well, I don't know why.
Yeah,
I
that
guess
I've
maybe
heard.
because
it's
so,
because you bring it to events.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
huge
Yeah.
like casserole thing.
we
so
just
it's for
call
a
them
lot of people.
those potatoes. So like, what do you want to make tonight? How about those potatoes? Okay, and I make those potatoes. That's just what we call them. So
Nice.
those
Those
potatoes. Those potatoes. I'm not a big dessert guy. So, you know, kind of like the chocolate thing. I'm not a big, I don't do a lot of sweets and stuff unless it's like peanut butter pie is good, but that's not usually something we have on Thanksgiving. I don't know. I don't care for pumpkin pie. So maybe a pumpkin roll. Like my mom would make one of those every
Sure.
once in a while.
Those are
So,
good.
you know,
That's good.
and I think the reason I like it's because it's got the cream cheese inside of it. So
Yeah.
like,
Right.
but I don't like cheesecake. So I don't know. I'm very picky on desserts and stuff. Just give me a drumstick ice cream cone thing and I'll be happy.
Nice. Yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean?
Ooh, yeah, those are good.
With the little nuts and
another-
and the caramel down the center. Like that's
Hey, that's another
Nice.
potential sponsor there. Hey, drumsticks.
Yeah, I could do
Drumsticks, yeah, we're all on board with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Yep.
Like my kids would be happy with me doing a podcast, that's for sure. It's like, Daddy's got to go get some more drumsticks.
Yeah.
Oh, chocolate at the bottom and everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know if you guys know, but there's actually a company now that makes just the bottom of the drumstick things. It's like the cone with the chocolate stuff inside of it.
Just little
Yeah.
drumstick
It's
nuggets.
just the end of the cone. Yeah, they throw
Doesn't
them in
have
a
to be
bag and
frozen.
sell them. Nope, it's just those aren't bad, but
The little nuggets.
yeah, they gave those away.
Yes.
Some of the events I've been to.
We've had pretty much the same over the years, and I've learned how to cook butter noodles for somebody, and they're actually German egg noodles, but
It's very
you know,
good.
turkey, I bake it in the oven, but I have and I stuff it with the Pepperidge Farm stuffing, and then put a crumble up breakfast sausage and throw it in there and stuff it in there, and then we have mashed potatoes, green beans. The one year we had my father-in-law's friend that he worked with came over for Thanksgiving, and he hand rolled homemade egg rolls, and he made like noodles. So we had turkey and we had all this other stuff too that he made, egg drop soup and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool.
I forgot mac and
But-
cheese.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, mac
I
and
got
cheese.
yeah. That's
Mac
the
and
next
cheese,
question.
Yeah. Oh.
There's like some people get really irritated saying, "Where's the mac and cheese?" I said, "We've never made mac and cheese on Thanksgiving because that's an everyday meal. That you got to keep stuff special. I mean, mashed potatoes you might have once in a while. Green
We have
beans
them all
might
the
be
time at my
everyday.
house. We hardly ever have mac and cheese
But-
at my house.
What's your consensus on mac and cheese being a Thanksgiving staple, Josh?
I'm good with that. I think you need to just do more than just like dump a whole box of SpongeBob mac and
I was
cheese in a
gonna say,
pan.
it's good. As long as it's not the blue box, I think you're fine.
Look, Paw Patrol.
I think you need
It's
to.
like-
So you need to
Craft
do
dinner.
something fancy. You need to put it in like a large pan, all right? And then you need to bake it and put some like bacon bits in
You gotta
there,
put
put
the
some like panko
crumbles.
on the top,
Yeah.
and like make it a little crunchy on the top. So you got to do a couple of extra things, but I don't think you should just be throwing SpongeBob mac and cheese at people.
What if
Right,
it's
calling it
the
a side.
Kraft Deluxe? That's got the foil packages. Those are a little bit more fancy
Still
than
no.
Kraft
Yep.
dinner. No?
So here's a question for you in the regards to mac and cheese. Have you noticed recently, over the last few years, that restaurants that sell mac and cheese, mostly steak restaurants, have switched to like this weird spiral noodle that's like really long? Has it always been that way? I don't even know what that
Rotini?
noodle's called. It's not a no. It's not a rotini. It's still like a hollow noodle, like a regular macaroni noodle.
But it's a spiral
long
shape.
and it's like corkscrewed. It's like a
Yeah.
corkscrew. And I don't know why that is. Like I was at this high-end steak restaurant last month up in Kansas City, and I ordered mac and cheese, and I was like, it's a shareable kind of thing, and she's like, it's really good, you'll like it. I'm like, all right, cool. So I ordered the mac and cheese, and I looked around the table and I said, I'll bet you that mac and cheese comes out and it's that corkscrew noodle. And sure enough, when they dropped it on the table, that's what it was. Outback Steakhouse, same thing. Longhorn, same
is it
thing. I don't
squiggly?
understand. Yeah, I don't understand what the deal is.
Celatani.
That all these places are using the same noodle for mac and
Let me
cheese.
see. Let me see.
I don't know why.
I don't either.
Get that
May-
Boston Market mac and cheese.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe
Like
it just
I like
looks
I like
fancier.
shells. I like the shells because
Yeah, it
that,
holds
like, the cheese like pools inside of it.
Are you just
know what I mean?
sucking the cheese out of the?
Oh,
the
yeah, and then he puts the noodles back on the chair for other
He's
people
eating
to
it with
eat.
a spoon like soup. That's what
Everybody
he's doing.
listening love that sound.
Yeah, have you
Yeah,
seen
it was
the?
great.
They make actually a shell that's really big. Have you seen those? Like the extra large shell.
Yeah, you like stuff like
Yeah.
the lasagna stuffing in there and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, those are really good actually.
Anyway,
Is that
Are
it?
you researching? What are you
he's
I
researching?
just
over
wanted-
there
What are you looking
researching
up?
Oh, I
noodles.
said put in puckers.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
it's
Oh, okay.
Celatani.
Celentani.
Oh, Celatani.
Those can be
I don't know.
weird sometimes because like some of them can like remain hard.
Yeah, they're little al dente. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
I don't
too
like a
al dente.
crunchy. Like I don't
Yeah.
like the noodles to be crunchy like that. I just put some panko on the top. Don't make the noodles crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be soft.
No, they're undercooked if they're crunchy. You don't want
But
that.
I feel like some of those noodles, that's with those types of noodles, celatani, for those that want to Google it. I feel like some of those noodles, for some reason, remain hard. It's just like, it's weird. It'll be in there. Like you'll get one that's like, what am I chewing on here?
Yeah, nobody likes a hard noodle.
Nope.
Need it to be
Nobody.
floppy. That's for sure.
Got to be floppy and full of cheese.
Yep.
It's got to be al dente and full of cheese.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, continue on with the
Yeah.
holiday
What's-
spirit here.
Yeah.
We were discussing some movies earlier, but Steve, what do you
Yeah,
what do you
I
got?
was trying to
for us?
drive away from that. until
So
now.
yeah, we were talking about Christmas decorations last week. I thought it made sense as we're getting into the holiday season. Why don't we talk about Christmas movies? Because there are a ton of them out there. So what Christmas movie do you think, number one, is kind of underappreciated? And then what Christmas movie do you think can be overrated? Maybe gets overplayed a little bit too much. So I'll kick us off. I'll go first. So my underappreciated Christmas movie, and again, this is just my personal take. I'm gonna go with Muppets Christmas Carol. I love Muppets
yeah.
Christmas Carol. We watch it every year
Awesome.
with the kids. I grew up on it, and I still watch it every year. The kids love it. It is still translated because it's just the regular Christmas Carol story, but translated into the world of Muppets and over the top, goofy ridiculousness. So definitely love that one.
Yeah.
And to me, the overrated one is It's a Wonderful Life. It's okay.
Oh,
I mean, it's not a terrible movie. I've just seen it way too many times, and it's just I'm sick of it at this point. What about you, Max?
Wow.
Man, I don't watch a whole lot of Christmas movies. Obviously, I've seen all of the most popular ones: A Christmas Story, National Lampoons. There's so many. I don't know. I guess my go-to would maybe be like Home Alone.
That's a good one.
I mean, that's
a good one.
we
We watch
actually
that
just
every year,
we
too.
just she put it on the other night. Amelia did, like my daughter. So I don't know. That may be one. The ones that get overplayed. Christmas Story. Did you guys see the new Christmas Story movie?
I did
actually
not.
like that.
I don't
I heard
know if
people really
I-
enjoyed it though.
I don't know if I watched it or not. I think if I did, it must have been a forgettable movie because I don't remember if I've seen it.
The new one I thought was well done. Like it keeps the same kind of feelings as the original.
Yeah, well, it's the same guy, isn't it? It's like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the same
And
actor.
it's actually it's not just the same guy. It's like a couple of the same actors. Like
Is
the kids
it?
are all the kids are back into it as adults and stuff.
Is there
so-
still a leg lamp, or is that
Oh,
going to be
God,
a
was there,
spoiler?
like, I can't remember.
I'm not watching it if there's no leg lamp. So
I can't remember.
all right.
Just know that.
That's a deal breaker for
That's a
Wax. He's
deal
got to have
breaker.
the lamp.
Yeah, I got to have fishnet or else I'm not watching it. It's like
Yeah,
Can't remember. I think there
Scud's
was-
back too. Scud was in there. That was pretty good.
damn.
Scud Fargus was his name, right?
Scud.
The bully. Was it Scud
Isn't
or
it
is
li-
it Scud?
No, it was Scud.
Is it?
Scud
it
Fargus?
I thought it was
Is
Scott
this a man-
Fargus.
But they,
Scott.
they call, that
Yeah,
was
I
his
thought it was just
nickname.
Scott. I thought it was just a real name.
Is this one of those Mandela effects?
Josh doesn't
thought it was
know how to
Scud.
pronounce
could've-
SCOTT. Scott. Scott.
Yeah,
He's
it's
back
Scud
in there.
Farkas.
I won't spoil it.
Okay, all right.
I won't spoil it, but he's in there.
C-U-T.
Doesn't like
Yeah, they tried to bring
TNT
back as much
or-
of the original cast as they could for that. I do remember
Yeah.
that one.
They couldn't
Doesn't-
bring the dad back because he passed away.
Doesn't like TNT play it like back to back to back to back for like a week straight?
Yeah,
or
they do the
something like
24
that?
hours.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's a little much.
Yeah, it's rough. Daddy-O, what about you?
Most underrated is Die Hard.
Nice.
Oh no! Are we gonna get into is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
No,
or
we're not
Is
getting
that-
into
is
it
that why you
because it
did that?
is.
It
That-
is.
That was just my
Even
joke
though Bruce
answer.
Willis said that it's not.
Well, it is.
I
Or
don't
else-
care what he said.
Bruce
Yeah,
Willis
his
himself
opinion
said
doesn't
it's
count.
not.
He's not the one
Yeah.
watching it. He just happens
That's
to be
right.
in it.
Had there
It's
been
set
no
during-
Christmas in the movie, they wouldn't have been in the office for the party.
There'd be no reason for the
Exactly.
party.
And there would be
Come
no
on.
reason for yes, exactly.
Apparently, you don't work in an office because they have random pizza parties all the time.
I've worked in offices before.
Okay.
I mean, but like they don't.
So
you wouldn't have a gathering of that large of a
Right.
company.
Yeah,
had it
everybody.
not
It's
been
Eleanor's
Christmas.
birthday today. We got
Exa-
cake in the break room.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's
So-
like
You're not-
the five people that like Eleanor.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
totally different situation.
Pass that along.
No,
Like-
I'm
like-
keeping. Last time I didn't get a piece of cake because I had to keep passing it.
my company does a birthday thing every month for everybody. Do I
Yeah.
drive the 3 hours to go to it? Absolutely not. If they
No.
when they have a holiday party, do I drive the 3 hours? Absolutely.
There you go.
You know
Free
what I mean?
drinks
Like
and
you
food
go.
and come on in here.
Well, it's always free drinks at the office.
Well,
but-
Bruce Willis said it's not, so it's not.
But my real answer is the one that never. I mean, actually there's two, but Deck the Halls with Matthew. Is it Matthew Broderick and Danny DeVito? That they have awards decorating their house.
You son of a bitch. That was one of my.
Oh!
It was going to be underappreciated. Was Deck the
I was going to
Halls.
see that one.
That's such a
and
great movie.
I
What's
don't
the
even
one
know
with-
that one.
both of those together.
It's
That-
Jingle All the
All
Way
the
is
Way.
fantastic.
Is
too.
that the
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
with what's his face?
Arnold Schwarzenegger and
no.
Put that
Schwarzenegger and
cookie down.
Sinbad.
No.
Sinbad.
That's what's the one with why am I drawing a blank? What the hell is this? Vince Vaughn.
Four
No, shut up.
Christmases.
Shut up. Shut up.
Anyways,
Let me get one in.
wait.
Let me
I
get
No,
got-
just
one
list
in.
them all before Josh can take a turn.
I already know his answer.
I swear to
number
God,
one
if he says
answer is
Polar Express, I'm out.
I swear to God, you took both of mine. Mine
My,
underappreciated was Deck the Halls and Four Christmases. That
Four
those were
Christmases,
both
that's
mine.
it.
that's a
Okay,
good one.
that's it.
Wait,
Yeah,
you
I love
haven't
that
said
one
the
as well.
answer yet. Anyways, my underrated one.
I can't get an answer in if everybody's saying all the answers.
Hey,
My overrated one is Nightmare Before Christmas.
Wow.
Just
I
so
kind of saw that
overrated.
coming based
I
on
just- And I know
everything
because
you
he
said
keeps
earlier.
watching. He keeps watching that stupid movie. It's just
Yeah,
dumb.
you want to know something else? My daughter loves it. loves
No, she
Sally.
don't. I'll
Daisy
show you Christmas.
loves Sally.
Look, we already know Daddy-O doesn't care about them grandkids or their school by
Yeah,
not,
right,
not buying
I already
not buying
I'm
video
buying
game
no
bundles
Humble
that
Bundle when
support their
I'm
school.
donating thousands of dollars through Amazon. So
Well, you know what? Everybody watching this on the video can see Daddy-O and can totally understand why he doesn't want Halloween encroaching on Christmas.
No.
It makes total sense.
doesn't make sense at all. I do, but that doesn't. So
He looks
Who's
like the
next?
Wish version of Santa Claus.
no, I'm the Santa Claus. The real Santa Claus is a Wish version.
All right, Josh, now that your thunder's been completely stolen,
Yeah.
what's
Just move on. All right.
We already know you're underappreciated. What's your overrated?
Polar Express.
I want to talk about Four Christmases real quick because that's
Yeah, go.
that's
Oh
one
my
movie
God.
that I literally Marianne and I watch every single year because
Nice.
that movie is hilarious. John Favreau, or how do you?
Yep.
John
I-
Favreau,
Favreau.
yeah.
That's how you pronounce it.
Skippy
that
from
movie-
Marvel, is that his name?
My God, when he's eating the chicken wings at the table and they're doing the questions and
tube.
stuff. Flip the tube. And he's just sucking the meat off the bone and staring Vince Vaughn right in the
Why
face.
are you looking at me?
Oh my God. Or like
Mexican
Vince Vaughn's
dude.
brothers.
Ricardo
like
Montalban.
his brothers are MMA fighters and they like wrestle him in the his dad's house. It's-
Google me.
What is it? Tim McGraw and
Yeah.
Tim McGraw is awesome in that.
yeah. It was oh my
And then the
God,
kids break
so
in.
funny.
Yep.
Google me,
Favreau and
bitch.
Tim McGraw, and they're just wrestling, and they're holding them into all these moves and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he
So
throw,
good.
the best part is when he's done with the like submission move, he gets up and throws $1 at him,
Yep.
and then he like
Google me, bitch.
that movie is so much fun. I love it.
I don't want to be your
on-
new dad.
it's
I just
on-
want to be your friend. You were my friend.
It's on Max.
And then you started dating my mom, and it's a little bit weird.
I love it, that movie. It's so good. But and
so
then Deck the
good.
Halls is the other one, just because Matthew Broderick and Danny DeVito are just so good in that movie, and it's just like they're dueling, going back and forth about the Christmas lights and the decorations and all the holiday
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
and at the end, it's got a really nice like positive moment and everything. So it's a nice feel good movie at the end too. So you get a
cry?
lot of laughs and then maybe a little bit.
There's something
Tear
on my
emotional.
camera that was in
That's
that
nice.
movie. There was something in my camera that was in that movie.
Your beard?
A Red Wings jersey.
Oh.
For those of
Danny
you
DeVito, I
listening,
think
For the
Yeah.
audio
Yeah.
listeners, that was thrilling.
I said a Red Wings jersey.
Daddy-O's got a face.
The pointing.
This is why Daddy-O has a face for radio.
The overrated one, and hopefully Marianne doesn't hear me say this, but I think Elf is overrated.
Don't. I don't.
Yeah, I've
You're
heard
out.
that.
Get out. Get out.
I'm just
Get out.
It's got funny segments, but I think
No.
it might be a little too over the top at times,
classic.
and I just don't.
It's got
Are
a
you
lot
not
of
a Will
heartfelt
Ferrell
moments.
fan?
No, I love Will Ferrell.
Okay.
Love him.
Oh, really?
I
Interesting.
just think it's yeah, I don't know. I think it's a little over the top. There's some funny moments, but I think if I had to say one is overrated,
He's not an
I
Ed
would say-
Asner fan.
I would say Elf
Played a
is
perfect
overrated.
Christmas.
Can I get a segment in where you don't interrupt me? Or
Nope.
No.
Never,
Like-
never,
Never.
in a lifetime.
Not in your
My
life.
God.
No.
Have you seen the new Will Ferrell movie that was like from last year? That it's like a Western, Spanish Western with Will Ferrell.
Is that a movie or is that a?
Like
Pasa
that-
de mi Padre. It's an
Yeah,
hour
he
and a
did
half
that
long. It's a movie.
years ago.
It's from 2012. Oh, I guess it
Yeah.
is a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not last year.
It's not that long.
Nick
But it's all in
Offerman's it.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's
fun.
on something right now. It just came out on like Peacock or something recently. And so I just assumed it was somewhat new because
Yeah.
I'd never heard of it. I don't watch very many Spanish movies
It's fair.
because my Spanish isn't very good, other than Mas Cervezas. por
Can I?
favor.
I'll just clarify real quick. By the way, I don't hate the movie. I just
Right.
think it's overrated. Like it
Yep.
shouldn't deserve like a 24-hour marathon.
Yeah.
like the Christmas
Elf.
story.
Right. Yeah,
Or
same with me.
Vegas.
I have no
Christmas
problem
vacation.
with It's a Wonderful Life. It's just I feel like it gets too much hype.
Yeah.
A little boring too.
But I think if blanket though, number one Christmas movie of all time, without a doubt, is Christmas Vacation.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I feel like that's the obvious answer,
Yeah.
though. That's too obvious an answer.
Right.
Like, a
I think
Christmas story,
it gets
like,
hyped up and it's proper. Like it deserves it.
Yeah,
Christmas Story is kind of a cheap movie. They use like black and white cameras and stuff. Like, come on, like, give it the time, bro.
It was set in
great-
the 30s, I think, 30s and 40s, and it was about the authors.
It was a great
Christmas,
tradition
Jesus.
in our household, and anytime
Oh,
my
yeah.
grandfather would come over, he would bitch because he hated watching this movie over and over and over again. He's like, this damn movie again.
I think that's the only reason why we just kept watching it, is because it irritated him. And in fact, I think one Christmas we bought him the DVD of the movie. I don't think he ever opened it.
Nice.
But
All right, Josh, finish us out here. What do you got?
All right, so crazy news story of the day. You guys are going to love these as we keep spinning them off here. I got a really good one with a couple of questions afterwards. So, a Washington man stopped for an iced tea and won $500,000 lottery prize at the same store where he previously won $10,000 and $1,000.
what's the address?
The man had just dropped off his son at school and figured he was going to swing in to a convenience store and grab an iced tea and some scratch-offs. On the third ticket, he found out he won $500,000. And the first thing he said he was going to do was pay off his mother's medical debt so she could finally retire. But holy crap, to go into the same store, win $1,000, then you win $10,000, and then you win $500,000 is insane. So I thought, like, if this were us in this scenario and you won $500,000 or, $511,000, what would you do with that money? What would you personally do with all of that money? And we'll go earwax first. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah. So the first thing I'd do is pay off my house because that's,
Smart move.
you know what I mean? That's money I'm sending out every month anyways. I could now take that money and put it towards a savings or whatever, which I still have savings, but you know what I mean? Like I could do something else with it. Obviously investments. So I don't
Would you
have
take
a whole,
any bit out of it to like go anywhere? Or
Yeah,
do
we'd
anything?
probably
Like-
do some sort of traveling. I mean, we're already talking about traveling anyways. My wife wants to go, overseas and stuff. So we're already working on getting our passports and stuff like that together. We'll be doing that within the next year or so anyways. So
What would the trip be then?
yeah, I don't know where we're headed. She wants to go back home to Kazakhstan, so we'd probably head over to Kazakhstan at some point. She sells family and stuff there, and so yeah, like that. I wouldn't mind going to. I want to go to Italy and
yeah.
learn from the pizza artisans. Maybe I would finally start my own business, a pizza restaurant business. So yeah,
This is sounding like didn't we talked briefly about this on the last episode, didn't we? Or maybe it was a different conversation. We have a lot of conversations for those of you that are
They're
listening.
not all
Rabbit
recorded.
Just blending conversations in your head. It's fine.
This is the reason why we came out with the podcast,
Right.
because we wanted to actually put it on video and
On
audio.
record somewhere,
So yeah. And yeah, I feel like we've discussed this before. I feel like you got a real dream for pizza.
I do. Yeah.
You're a pizza-
I would
pizza
love
dreamer.
to start a pizza restaurant. Yeah.
I saw a TikTok of a guy that was in Italy, actually on the beach or something, and he was selling pizzas in his little container.
Yeah.
He would just pull them out with like tongs and then put them in like little parchment paper and hand them to
just
people.
slice 'em,
Sell them
slice
just full
pizza.
pizzas though.
Oh,
like
full
a medium sized,
pizzas. Oh,
like a
shit.
medium sized flatbread pizza. He was
Okay.
just handing them out on the beach and stuff.
Interesting. You have a really good pizza sauce recipe, and I would like
pull it
to.
out?
I've thought about taking it to, there's places here that I could get it, possibly get it into stores, somewhat big stores, but I haven't gone there yet. They have a culinary, what's it called? A culinary kitchen thing that's here at Walmart's corporate office and they do things every year where they bring, test products and things like that. And I thought about maybe like bottling it up but I don't think that would be the same. Like I don't go to the store and buy a jar of pizza sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like I make my own. So I don't know. It's one of those things. Right?
Steve, what would you do with $511,000?
I like how you added the 11,000.
Because he previously won, $10,000.
Well, first of all, if I'm that guy, it makes total sense because I would keep going to that store too. I mean, why would I stop going to that store? So outside of the boring, easy answer of just pay off everything, own everything, European tour. So you do a European train tour. You start in Spain, and then you can just take the train to France, Italy, Germany, just circle them all for a couple weeks. That's what I would do.
That's a good one. There was this a company that I looked into years ago. It's probably still around, I think. Kentucky, that did something like that where they would have these. It was like this travel agency thing. Like they would put the whole trip together. Yeah. And you would go in these groups and stuff with people, and you can add to your trip or whatever you want. But it was kind of like, how a cruise has a layout of what islands they're going to hit.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
It was the same kind of deal with Kentucky.
Similar concept, but with a train instead of a boat. It's the same deal.
And they had like your whole trip laid out, your food, if you want to add extracurricular activities or anything like that, and. Yeah, it's something I've always wanted to do.
Bitch, ain't that Google Maps? Like, can't you just like add stops on Google Maps? Like, I mean,
they like lay it out. They have a translator for you if you need it. So they have like
they hold your hand through it all so that you don't have to do all the legwork.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. So you can just enjoy the
food.
So
it's local guides on Google Maps.
Right.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, except you don't get a guy.
It's Google Maps,
Phillip
but with people.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like if AI was a person.
There you go. Yeah.
No offense to the Phillips out there, so just wanted to put that out there. Daddy-O, 511,000.
I'd retire.
He already did. He's already retired, folks. He's retired.
Well, pay off the house. Done. I think everybody said that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, Josh did. He just wants to go on a tour.
No, I didn't get to mine
yet. You haven't even gone yet.
You're still I was making it to everybody.
I'm sorry, you must have interrupted me. He's talking up there before I got the answer.
Cutting Josh off. He ain't even gone yet.
My God.
Pay off the house, definitely. And then, whatever else needs to be paid off. And then I've always wanted to go to the Guinness brewery. So I'd go to Ireland, go to Guinness, and I'd go see...
Guinness, if you're listening, that would be a perfect sponsorship segment.
I tell you,
send us to Ireland so that we can learn how to pour a beer from the tap and everything.
Yeah, they take you up top. They got some kind of
certified
tap room up on the top of the building where they put designs in the foam that I don't know how they do that. I know how they do it at a cafe place, but that would be cool. And then I'd have to go to London and catch a Chelsea game, football game. And Mommy,
it's soccer for those of you that are listening here in America. He's talking about soccer.
Make me go to Tottenham, make her so she could watch her team. So
Tottenham
Hotspurs.
Is that like a tater?
It's in London.
Another football.
I thought it was like a potato farm or something.
I thought it was breasts.
Like London is a metropolis, so there's different areas. So what?
Tottenham.
That's what you call breasts, right?
Ham.
No.
So we call boobies?
Nope.
Tottenhams?
Tater tots.
You got Tottenhams?
Tater tot ham. Isn't that what he said?
Yeah.
You got some nice Tottenhams there.
I've never heard that. Like,
well, you're uneducated twit.
What the hell? Tell me more about the uvula. Like, what are you saying?
Uvula. Fun fact, I have a double uvula, by the way.
No, you do not.
I swear to God.
Don't even try to
I can't get close to the guy.
Take a picture later.
Well, you're going to need to take a picture of it, and we'll post it out on the Twitter.
Yeah, we'll put it on the socials.
Okay.
On the socials.
So yeah,
Every time I go to the doctor or something,
Zoom in on
it's
your
same
uvula.
thing. They do a checkup and they look at the back of my throat and they're like, "Oh, you have a double uvula." I was like,
That's a
"Oh, you said that last time too."
That's a thing?
Oh yeah, it looks like an upside down heart.
Or did you do it on purpose?
Yeah, he did it. He did it on
Like you
purpose.
cut it, you know,
he
like people
intentionally
cut their
grew it.
tongues. Like, well, I mean, like, you know, like maybe some sort of an emo thing, you know, like where you're like, where are you? Check out
am
my
I just gonna
uvula.
reach
I
back-
don't
yeah,
know.
he's an emo. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Like, I don't
What
know.
in the world?
I didn't know that was a
Looks like an
thing.
upside down heart.
So
Okay.
house, UK
back on
tour.
top.
Yeah, House, Ireland.
What? UK.
Football.
How's it feel, Daddy-O? How does
I'd
it
even
feel?
go to Scotland too, and just
Derail
maybe
everything.
check out a golf game at St. Andrews. Just watch them. I'm not gonna golf.
Yeah.
So and then get like a nice car or a nice big car.
Shoot at 200 at St. Andrews.
Yes, that would be awesome, and it would be on the first hole too, because I get
Yeah.
in one of those bunkers.
Just keep hitting it off the cliff
Bang.
into the lake.
Bam! Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Somebody vacuum me?
Josh is,
Again,
yeah.
the obvious answer is pay off your house, and that's my house isn't that much, so
You should have specified no boring answers.
yeah,
Oh.
true. So mine isn't that much, so I would have plenty left over there. So I would just stay in Japan for like 2 or 3 months, probably.
We'll probably
just
go to Japan too.
tour all of Japan, just every square inch of it, because I want to. That's a dream trip of mine anyway. So I want to just go there, experience like all the food, because there's so much different food there. Ramen, sushi, and the street foods, the little bars, the small little bars that they have in the alleyways and stuff. Man, I want to experience all of it. And then the whole like nerd section, like the anime and everything, and there's like a whole, I forgot what it's called, but yeah, I gaming, all of it. Oh yeah,
Hentai?
Japan would be.
Is that the word you're looking
I don't know
for?
about. No, I wouldn't worry about
That's
that.
something else.
Is that the word you were looking
That's-
for?
No,
Is
no,
that-
that's something
that
else.
is-
Don't worry about
Yeah,
that.
don't
Google that.
Don't Google that. But yeah, definitely Japan trip. I would stay there for 3 months for sure. Like I would just Airbnb like a monthly rental and just stay there. And
There's just so
maybe
many things like from the video game manufacturers that you can only get there that are original to that area that you
Yeah,
can't
and
get overseas anymore.
They have all these like crazy game shops too, where you can get like really old classic stuff, Famicom stuff, and like just
Tekken.
all sorts of different gaming stuff.
Like Tekken
So,
7's
I've
out now. You
seen-
could still get Tekken 6 over there. It's
Virtua
crazy.
Cop.
Yeah, and I want to go to the Pokemon Center too. Just so.
The original track and field.
There's like a little Pokemon cafe there next to it too, which is you can get like little. Apparently, they have like Pokemon like stuffed animals that can sit with you at the tables. They set them out on the table so that if you're sitting by yourself, you just have like a little Pokemon that is sitting there with you too. I'm sorry, okay? I like that stuff, all right? I want the parades, I want the drone show, I want all the
I
Pokemon
want to
stuff,
go
okay?
to
I like
Japan
Pokemon.
so I can go to Disney Tokyo. Because it's totally
I
different
think,
than
Di-
regular
yeah, I think
Disney.
we talked about that before. That like
Yeah.
Disney over there would be pretty cool. I think that and
There's
like
so
the
much
Nintendo
there.
Land
The
thing.
Nintendo
you know,
one is crazy.
That'd
yeah.
be pretty cool.
Even though we have that in California now, but I feel like
Yeah.
it would be
It's small.
Well, I would assume it's
Yeah.
probably smaller. I mean, hell, Disneyland California is smaller than Florida already. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The one they're building now in Orlando is bigger. I don't know when
The-
that one's
awesome.
gonna
The
open.
Nintendo Land, you mean?
Yeah. hmm
Yeah.
But there's so much stuff I want to experience in Japan. Just
Unfortunately, $511,000 is like not enough to like retire on, as far as
Right,
I'm
it's,
concerned.
just-
so I mean,
just have fun
It's
with it,
more
you
like
know?
fun money. So yeah,
Yeah, it
it's,
is.
it's fun to go.
If you don't
and-
live extravagantly like Earwax does.
well, let's not get into how much. I don't know.
I didn't see how much.
I mean, honestly, if I
Yeah.
paid my house off, there wouldn't be a whole lot left. So it's
Yeah,
like,
my house would be like, sure, yeah, you got a whole, you got a ton.
I mean, don't get me wrong, but that's going to take a big chunk of that money to pay off
I mean,
my house.
511,000. I feel like if you just added up all the money you've spent on Lego, it is close to that number, probably.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no. So that's
But all his Lego is appreciated, so it's probably worth more
yes, Lego's
Right.
actually worth more than gold.
It's more
So
valuable now.
It appreciates more than gold every year. So
So moral of the story, keep going to that convenience store that you keep winning scratch
Yeah,
offs
I
at.
thought the moral of the
Keep going
story
back
was
there.
invest in Lego, but okay, that's that too. Just go to the convenience store.
Keep
That's
going
fine.
back to that store that you keep winning scratch offs at.
Is there an
Good God.
address?
How do you do that? Like
What's
that's
the address? I need the address. Is it Washington State or Washington D.C.?
state. It's over. I think it's the shop is north of Seattle. I think it said.
Oh, we definitely need an address.
So, my God, that
I would imagine
he's
it's tapped out by now, right?
the luckiest guy on earth
You
right
never
there.
know.
Jeez. My God. Anyway, okay. So that about wraps it up for the show. Why don't we have some final thoughts? Daddy-O, let's start with you first. Final thoughts of this episode 2.
Don't watch Nightmare Before Christmas. That's
Don't
a
listen to
horrible
him.
movie. It's not a Christmas movie. It's not a Halloween movie. It's just trash.
Disregard that.
Nope, it's true. Definitely enjoy whatever food you want on Thanksgiving. It doesn't even have to be turkey. It could be anything you want. As long as you enjoy it, do it. And what else? I'm not paying $150 minimum for any kind of liquor or cigars or whatever. Who's next?
Kick it to somebody.
Cook it. Stop. Wax.
So, yeah, Christmas movies are okay. But I guess you gotta wait till after Thanksgiving to watch them. Jamie Lee Curtis is hibernating until next year, so everyone's safe.
And she could secretly be Mariah Carey.
She could secretly be Mariah Carey. They could just be the same person. She transitions after Halloween to Mariah Carey. Yeah, button before you zip. So that's it.
Nice.
That's yeah.
My final thoughts for the week.
I just feel like it would be weird if you zipped first because it wouldn't get up all the way. Like how do you just okay? Anyway, go ahead, Steve. Sorry.
Pull it away from your body.
That was
Daddy
I
was
like
saying
that.
zips first,
Of all
though.
the
That's
I
random
do.
topics that we have and talk about, I like how that is the one thing that just completely broke Josh. That just destroyed his brain.
It was the immediate pivot from this like speakeasy place
He's
that
keeping you and the audience on your toes. It's perfect. I love it.
there's at least 5 people listening to this podcast that went, "What the hell just happened?"
Perfect.
All five of them.
One of
Let us
them
know
being
who
me.
you are.
One of them being me.
My final thoughts for the week. We're 2 episodes in, and I know for me personally, this hour, this time flies by. I'm enjoying the conversations. Hope everybody listening out there, watching, wherever you're consuming this, is enjoying it as well. Let us know in the comments, the likes, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff, so that we can keep bringing this content to you.
Leave us a
Josh.
voice message.
Did you say leave us a voicemail?
Yeah, voice message. Yeah, there's voice
Oh.
messages on the Spotify
Oh, yeah,
thing.
on the
So, like, if
Spotify
you
one,
listen
yep.
On Spotify, there's an option to
Yeah.
record a voice message. Let us know
Yeah,
if
that
you
would be
zip
awesome.
first.
These,
If you're in
Yes,
Daddy-O's
dude.
corner and you zip first, you know, like
Zip first. Pull it away from your body, though.
There you go. Leave us a voice message, and one of the segments can just be us discussing the voice message. I like it.
yeah.
yeah.
We might even play your voice in there. If it's not.
I mean, yeah, obviously,
to it.
that's how it
good,
would be
yeah.
a segment.
Good. Yeah. Questions from the community of Smell That. Yeah, I like that. Well, all right. So that final thoughts for me is just, don't derail conversations with completely random things that confuses everybody.
And stop
'cause-
interrupting Josh.
And
That's
Yeah,
never.
I don't
happened.
even know what you're talking about, man.
Never.
What are you even talking about?
oh, that's all we got for episode 2 of Smell That. Smell that?
No.
Somebody else do it. Go real
Smell
quick.
that?
Say it.
Smell that?
Smell that?
Do you? You smell,
Smell
that?
that?
Smell that?
Do you
Smell
smell that?
Remember to join the conversation, as we just said, in any platform that allows it. Jump in the comments. Let us know what your favorite Thanksgiving side is, what your dessert is, what Christmas movies are like, what's an underrated Christmas movie. What's an underrated Christmas movie that you enjoy? Why don't you tell us? Why don't you just put it in the comment section and we'll get back to you. So how about that? Anyway. Also, if you're listening, whatever platform you're listening on, make sure to follow. I think on Spotify and a few others, there's some ratings that you could drop us. So hit that 5 stars, say these guys are hilarious, all this stuff. And yeah, tag us on the socials at whofartedcrew.com. You can find us on everything there. But until next time, keep ripping them and don't tell anyone it was you. Peace.
What?